Hello, everybody. Here I'm Richard Sizemon, and we have Peter over here. Hi, hello, Peter. How you doing?
Hey, how everybody? Hey,
Mm,
this is P Stock, your host,
mm,
iHipHopTV on iFreedomTV network.
yes,
Hey, Shalom, everyone. Shalom. Hey, we're here. We're here. Still dealing
uh,
with the quarantine. Everybody's quarantining. And before
yes.
we get into our topics and our discussions, I do want to send a big shout out and welcome Seven Seas Investment LLC. It's a global company that's saving families while building communities. Great work, great stuff. They're in line, with the human rights stuff that we like to do and like to go forward, go always move forward with. I'd like to welcome, that team. They had a,
Mm.
a dream team
Oh,
of people
wow.
there that's helping people with real estate and investments and everything. You got Zenobia T. Williams, the CEO, a lot of experience in real estate. She's learned from all of the real estate giants. I've talked with her, and she knows what time it is. She's definitely on top of her game. She's on the A list. So she's in the building. Got a lot of experience there.
Hmm.
Stacy Allen, her VP, excellent team. She got 20 years of accounting and management information systems experience. As well as motivational speaking and spiritual speaking. So they're going to step in and they're going to help people in the communities buy houses and build communities up. And then they have Randy Morgan, which we're all familiar with, the negotiator. He
Wow.
got over 25 years of extensive experience in
Wow.
relationships, and as an entrepreneur and a philanthropist. So they do have a dream team going over there at Seven Seas Investments.
Hmm.
It's check them out. You can check them out at their website, which when you go to the website is 7S. Got the Roman capital, the Roman small letter I's, NV.com. Three
Hmm.
small I's, NV.com. 7C Investment. Check them
Hmm.
out, see what's going on, keep them up to date, lock them in, and you'll be hearing more from them. It's a very dynamic team, a very, very, very dynamic company doing great things. That their slogan, saving families while building communities. That's you. That's what you do, Dr. Richard. That's what
Yes.
you do with human rights.
Yes.
So I mean, and with everything going on with the COVID, I wanted to touch base with you on the guy that attacked the temple. Any words on that? Is they still holding him in jail, as
Uh,
far as you know?
I did not hear anything from them yet, and the further that I learned is that I think they still holding him over there, and but the committee that we did not have any meeting yet, and so the temple supposed to have the meeting together, but right now, so maybe sometime this week, so we will have a phone conference with the committees to follow up with the case. Yes,
Right.
and so we have some donation from the other community from Oklahoma, from
Yes.
Arkansas, and from Missouri. I mean, a lot of states surround over here that
Yes.
they want to help and support, and plus with the other states that they want to help and rebuild. I mean, whatever that we lost up there. But
Well, that's
well, so
good.
yeah,
That's
so
good.
I said that thank you. Main part is I mean when we have a hot breaking heart. I mean so we need something that from our community that okay, I mean warm blessing for each other and love and
Yes.
peace together. So that's our community we are planned for, but right now, so we are under, I mean, homestay. So we follow on the local communication and local guidance from the city and the
Yes.
county and the state, and plus with the federal. So we don't move much about that, but the further I learn is I think the person still hold at the police stations or something, but
Yeah, yeah. So there's probably going to be a, you know, a trial, or what they do, they bring them up before the judge out there.
mm,
Still, I'm a little leery with them not having a hate crime law on the books.
mm,
If he'll receive the punishment fitting for him. Outside of fines, they hold him. Small towns 30 to 90 days. Especially with the virus going on, they're releasing criminals, but he could be to me he could be considered a violent criminal because
mm,
he took a hammer to other people's property, and religious property,
mm,
so that right there throws up all kind of red flags, and he shouldn't walk easy, and I don't think he is, but it's something, if he does, you got to keep an eye on in the community, everyone, because with the virus and everybody quarantining, you got to definitely try to watch out for people. Those who want to. There's a lot of people, and I know you see them
mm.
and everything. It's a new term I'm introducing, what we call is Yodaing. I Yoda, out the window at night watching, neighbors and everything else. We have a particular neighbor on the street that it seems like it's a revolving door. There's always someone going in and out, in and out. So it kind of worries me because there are children on the premises. So, that kind of, worries me, a little bit, what's going on there, especially, when you have single women, and these, relationships, it's kind of crazy. I woke up plenty of mornings hearing some pounding on the doors across the street. And I look out the window, and there's some kind of task force or state police or somebody looking for somebody there. So it's one of those things, you just gotta, keep an eye on. But with the quarantine, so hey, have you heard anything in regards? Because one of the things I want to talk about here in Pennsylvania, people were protesting
Mm,
at Harrisburg regarding opening back up the economy. Okay,
mm,
and that drew some, and it was mostly I haven't and all the news footage I've seen of it, I haven't seen any people of color involved. So you know what I mean. So open
mm,
up the economy. How do you feel about it? I think personally it's too soon. You
mm,
know, I think because not like I said, I still don't know anybody that's been tested. You
mm,
know, and I have a very close friend that works in one of the largest medical system hospitals in the city, and every time I ask him, man, y'all must be swamped down there, and he looks at me and tells me, or
mm,
just tells me, not really, I mean, most of the cases they're dealing with are elderly people,
mm.
He hasn't talked so much about young people. I think in the county, I think to date they got 947 cases. You
Ooh,
know,
wow.
that's in the county. In the state, man, Philadelphia is getting hit hard.
Mm.
It's getting hit hard. I used to
And,
live in Philly. That's where I went to college at.
mm,
And hindsight, I can see why.
yes.
Because the
Mm.
close living proximity.
Mm.
So if somebody gets it, it would be easy to spread. But do you have anything to share?
Yeah, to me, I believe it's not the right time to open because we think the reason we can open the business back to normal is the time that we get a vaccine. That's something that we have to focus on
Yes.
because when we open the business and we opened our regular something, I mean the living and the other thing is I'm worried about when we don't have the vaccine, which means the virus will spread more. The
That's what
virus
I think.
will hit us at the second wave or the third wave. It's gonna be
That,
cost
that's what I
more
think.
lives on that. So we don't want that because we cannot protect. I mean ourselves. The reason is we don't have any vaccine yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, if we
Exactly.
have the vaccine, then okay, don't worry. Sorry,
We got to fix. Now
yeah.
there is a medicine I seen they was using. I can't think of the name of it. It's not the anti-malaria. It's something else that they've been using that they said has been helping, people recover. Now I know they're taking a lot of people's plasma. They've been collecting blood plasma with the antibodies, and trying to work with something with that. But still, I think it's quick because we talk about it. We've talked about it. It usually takes between 6 to 18 months to develop, some type of reliable vaccine, that's been proven and tested, and that we can deem everything safe because, I mean, it's still spreading. I was watching yesterday Von Miller. I don't know if you're familiar. Von Miller is one of the top defensive football players in the National Football League, and he is positive for COVID-19. And like he was saying, he was in San Francisco working out when they started to do the shutdown up there. He went back home. He's been home for a few weeks. He said he only left his house 4 times to go get groceries, and he never got out the car. He is asthmatic, but he's in shape. He's a world-class athlete, and he's in Colorado with the altitude, so he's in shape working out up there. Yeah. But he said, he had developed a cough, and his assistant told him go down to the facility and get checked, and he came back positive. So that right there throws up red flags because they're trying to open the economy and football, games and basketball and baseball games where people in these stadiums, you're packed in there, and I wouldn't go into no games. I mean, I hate to say it, I have a grandson that plays for Pitt, and I feel bad for him because this is a senior season and they're being, backed up with it. But, his thing too is safety first, like everything else, safety first.
Yeah, I think something that they need to focus is about they have to choose which one have to open first and which one should be later if necessary. Let's say, how about the brake shop? Other people, they need brakes for their car. They have to go to buy shopping for their food or doing something. Otherwise, let's say, how about the other important for their activities or maybe food or maybe something, those time is necessary for it. But some kind, let's say about casino, we don't need to open that yet until we get the vaccine to prevent all of us. And so like a lot of things that necessary for people. Let's say the plumbing company. Oh yeah, because they got flooded. My pipes broken somewhere, so we need plumbing and electrician and the water system or sewage. Yeah, we need that. But the other things, something like socialize and something not necessary, we just put on hold. I mean,
as bad as I need a haircut, I agree with you. So I've been waiting and I'd rather be safe than sorry. I do go out and do things like I did this morning. Did some running around. And I noticed, my favorite spot, Trader Joe's, lying around the corner, to get in. Whole Foods lying up the street to get in, And I'm like, nah, I think that's more dangerous than people standing out in line trying to get in there, And so I said, nah, let's go to some places that we feel that there ain't gonna be as many people there, and we can get in and out. I don't like to get in there, lingering around, looking at stuff,
Me either, Peter, because as you know, and that I ran out from escape from the communists. We used to live in the jungle before. We feel hungry for a lot of days, but now we learn from that. But now it is the dead or alive matters. So we have to make a decision. What should we target on, or what should we choose? I mean, dead or alive.
You can do more live.
Yes.
You can do more live. You can help more people by being alive.
Like
and your mission. So that right there is definitely a big decision. And like I said, these people that was protesting out there, I seen up there, they were definitely no protection. They also were in close proximity. There wasn't no social distancing, So I say give 14 days and see what happened. See what happens, with them. See if they make it through that. Let's see. So
it's a very serious matters. Why don't those people think about this is something serious, and this is something that we cannot reverse, because this virus is very dangerous, and everybody should follow on that, not follow on the Trump or somebody, but this is the rule of the disease or the virus. I mean, those people will save their lives on that. If they don't follow on that, I bet not today, probably tomorrow, not this week, probably next week.
Right. That's definitely the course of action that we have to take.
Yes.
We definitely have to take that course of action because it's too risky.
I know.
And we don't know enough about it.
Yeah.
We definitely don't know enough about it.
Yes.
We definitely don't know enough about it.
You guys hear me?
Oh. Hey, Kerry. Yeah, but we can't see you.
Okay.
Can't see you. Where you at? Hold on. Let me see.
Yeah, we hear your voice, but no.
We can't see you.
No cam.
We can hear you, but we can't see you.
Can you turn on your camera? Touch the camera.
Yeah. Turn your camera on. There you go.
Yeah. That's
Kerry,
better.
Hey,
Hi.
what's going on, guys?
I asked
fine. Thank
Kerry
you.
to come in because I do have a topic I want to discuss with him. But in the meantime, stand by, Kerry, and let's go to our first video here, Dr. Richard.
Oh yes.
Get everything organized here. That's David Money on a roll.
Yes.
David Money. I love David Money's music. This is iHipHopTV live on iFreedomTV. I'm your host, P. Stop.
Mr. Money, are you ready? Everyone is waiting for your arrival. Are you ready?
Yeah, I got you.
Wait, everyone, let's go.
It's money. I just into go mode. Step inside my dojo. You ask about my mojo, I stood still to develop like a photo. Through the ups and downs, I went pogo. I'm feeling myself, no homo. I was trained dirty, no hobo. Take a few puffs, no cocoa. Roll weed and meditate. I might go take a mushroom trip. Out this world, I'm so spaced out. I might jump out the mothership. It comes no surprise. You can see the look up in my eyes. Swear I'm nothing like them guys. I'm the truth and no disguise. Fuck your rebuttal, I'm nothing but trouble. I'm loving my hustle, it's making me double and making me triple. More than a little, but less than a lot. Forget what I got, forget what I said, cause I can get shot, I could be dead. Cause niggas get jealous, you get to the bread. I'm about my money and I'm getting paid. You look tired of on the phone. And yeah, I'm moving fast. Cause yeah, you never know when they can be your last. Keep my eyes on the road, I'm headed to the cash. And now I'm on the road, so now I'm on the road. Cause I've been on the go. And yeah, I'm moving fast. Cause yeah, you never know when they can be your last. Keep my eyes on the road, I'm headed to the cash. And now I'm on the road, so now I'm on the road. Cause I've been on the go. Baltimore, tell me how you living. Do we all take a minute just to chill on the killing? Brothers turning into villains when they running in the building. And they all just forgetting that we all got children. Swear man, it's so hard to trust them. Swear man, they all just disgusting. Got more drums than a store with percussions. Can't they understand that we all just hustling? Every day I'm with G.O.D. Ain't Nick Mills, but I'm chasing my dreams. Started with the weed, then they moved to the lean. And they poppin' Percocets, man, they really just fiends. I'ma tell the truth, I don't care if it hurts. Moving that work, you might end up hurt. Or they put you in the hearse, then they put you in the dirt. And your friends come to me just to put you on a shirt. Love is the remedy, stop shocking insanity. Think of their families, pray for humanity. Give us some amnesty, no more catastrophes, no more calamities. We can live happily, keep on supporting, keep on promoting. Slow down on the smoking, you losing your focus, just live in the moment. Then you will notice the power you have, then you can show it. Go, and yeah, I'm moving fast, cause yeah, you never know what they could be your last. Keep my eyes on the road, I'm headed to the cash. And now I'm on the road, said now I'm on the road, cause I've been on the go. And yeah, I'm moving fast, cause yeah, you never know what they could be your last. Keep my eyes on the road, I'm headed to the cash. And now I'm on the road, said now I'm on the road, cause I've been on the go.
Okay, so we are back. Yes.
All right. We're back. This is iHipHopTV Live talk show with, I'm your host, P. Stock. We're on the iFreedomTV network here with Dr. Richard and our good friend Kerry Gardette, the author of How to Find Mr. Right. And Kerry, I got a question for you. I mean, you're the relationship expert and everything. And do you know what the number one delivered item, bought item on internet or anywhere, Amazon, anywhere is right now in the United States? I didn't look globally. I just looked in the United States.
I can't answer that.
Okay, so this is the thing. From what I read, the number one item, we talked a little about this last week, Dr. Richard,
Yes.
is dildos. Okay, dildos. I mean, for real, dildos, you know. So, you know, what that says, and that's the number one selling, you know, thing being delivered out there. You know, so there's a lot of single females out there. And since you're the relationship expert, you know, and I guess they haven't, we talked about before the last time you was on about ways to go about, you know, developing relationships while under quarantine. You know, what do you have to say to that? What do you think, you know?
That's some very interesting information to find out that dildos is a number one product. So, but I'd like to go back to, you know, first of all, I'd like to say I hope everyone staying at home and staying safe, and we need to get past all of this, get back to normal, whatever that's going to be in the future. But I still think through all of this dark, there's a major light. And that light is women are so busy. Busy. They don't have time.
Kerry, yeah, Richard, what's wrong? You hear?
Yeah, I
like
hear.
you're chopping up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, sounds like a buffering or something, but
Yeah,
the quality, the sound is very
I
low.
don't know what it is. You sounded clear before, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe you can
Now,
move the microphone closer or something. So.
Yeah, move your mic a little closer.
how about that? That's better. I'm on my phone.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
better.
Yeah. Okay.
It's
That
better.
sounds better.
Yeah.
that
Yes.
sounds
Okay. Now we can hear it.
better. Okay. What was you saying?
What I was trying to say is that in darkness there's always light, and with this being something that nobody's ever dealt with, the light for single women they have time now. That's something that they've never had before because they're always running, doing different things. Now they have time. And what I would ask them to focus on is if there's a man out there that you have interest in, and you have his contact information, reach out for him. You don't have anything to do. You're at home, in jail like everybody else. So now use that information, reach out to this man, and introduce yourself, establish lines of communication with him. Hopefully it will turn into a relationship because you have the things available to you. You have Skype, like we're on right now.
Mm-hmm.
You have your telephone. You can text.
Zoom.
You can email. So maximize those 4 things that are there for you and communicate with some guys that you are interested in and take the time to establish a relationship, and get to know who that person is. Because when you do that, who knows? That might end up being you finding your Mr. Right out of the biggest darkness that anybody's ever gone.
That sounds like a reasonable and good thing to do, and I agree. You know, with Zoom and all the communication, you can have multiple people come in. You know,
Yeah.
there is, and a big shout out to all the DJs and guys that are out there. There's a big concert on tonight. They are providing a lot of musical entertainment for people under these circumstances, being quarantined, and people are getting bored to death. I understand, you know, for being cooped up in the house, but it is, you know, you got to buckle down to self-discipline, you know, especially if your immune system is weak, if you know, if you have pre-existing conditions, you know, don't want to take any chances. But dildos, it's still dildos, you know.
Let me share something else with you that the Governor Cuomo of New York here on TV today. He was saying that, you know, he had kind of lost communication with his own kid. That everybody was so busy doing what they were doing that they kind of lost a little bit of the loving relationship that he had already always wanted, right? He said that since this came about, and he is always reaching out now to his family to make sure that everybody is safe, everybody's good. They've created a love relationship that he hasn't seen in years.
Yeah, and especially since him and his brother got into a kind of like a blow up on his show, on his brother's show. You know his brother, and his brother tested positive with COVID-19, and he did a chest X-ray, and he let everybody see the chest X-ray where you can see, you know, the scarring in his lungs and everything, which is, you know, big shout out for doing that, you know, to let us know. So those are a few of the things that we got to, and I guess it is, you want to reach out and stay in contact with family and everything else. But people are lonely, and apparently women are lonely. You know, some guys, you know how guys are. Some men, they don't care. They'll have women over, they or whatever, So yeah, not even knowing, and it could be safe.
Let me give you another story. I'm on the phone a lot too, like everybody else, because what else you got, right? Other than TV, you got a phone. But anyway, I talked to some ladies last week, and they've all expressed that they haven't had the time to talk to people like they do. And one of them told me that, I was on the phone with this guy for 2 hours. I'm like, he said, I never would have thought that I had the time, much less he would have the time for us to communicate that long. And I'm like, yeah, but, do it. If you have the time and you have someone you're interested in, call them, talk to them, and try to establish a relationship that maybe you wouldn't have had time for in the past.
Right. Well, yeah, that's true, especially, it's time to catch up. You can catch up. There is time to catch up with people to see till if you want to. But, me personally, there's some people that when it's all over, I don't want them to know. Let's keep them quarantined. Let's let them stay in the house. We don't want them back out on the streets right now. So to keep it safe, for other people. But, in this time, it is, different. Nobody has experienced this like this before being quarantined. Dr. Richard himself has experience with being in the jungles and everything else, with the fight and struggle of staying on the move. Here, you're totally settlement. You're in the house. You got to figure out stuff to do, to occupy yourself, to keep your blood going, Me, I walk up and down the steps. I got 3 floors. I'm up and down, up and down, up and down the steps. And we have a dog. We walk the dog and whatever, and power walk, with him. But he be looking at me like you're crazy. Slow down. We try to keep him. He's like looking at us. Slow down. So it's those things you got to do to keep things moving, keep circulation going.
I agree.
You know, women, people are lonely out there. People were lonely before this thing began. You know, so that's my big thing. You know, so to bring it back to that. And now we always talk about, you know, like our thing about hip hop. You know, one a rapper that I like, you know, that came out and he does positive things. He's done positive things with Black Wall Street and everything. The Game. I was reading about the lawsuit that he's going through right now out in LA, where this is one of the things we always talk about with rappers getting in trouble with sexual situations. And there was a situation where in a video shoot, he brushed his hand across a young lady's vagina, okay? And now she sued him for $7 million. And I think he didn't take it seriously enough. And then she has control of his record label now, and all the royalties coming in off of his last project. You know, so, you know, that's a big price to pay for something like that. And I don't know, you know, I wasn't there, you know, I don't know what's reason. He knows. And I'm sure he's not a young kid no more. You know, he knows better than doing stuff like that. And these situations like that. Now, the thing that worries me is maybe some guys, and you haven't heard it, and maybe it's not. Let's knock on wood on this. There hasn't been crime to me has been down. I haven't heard a lot of crime and stuff. There's no crime and stuff going on now. There's rapes and all that stuff, which is good, sexual assault, you know, so maybe they're on to something here, except the situation with people like what happened to Dr. Richard's temple, where the guy went into the temple with a hammer and tore up some of the Buddha statues. You know, expensive Buddha statues. Tore up 3 of them with the hammer. You know, talking about it, God told him to do it. We know God don't tell you to do stuff like that. You know, so that's the whole thing. You know, you got to draw the point. You know, so some of the points I'm drawing from that with this situation is with COVID and the quarantine going on, crime is down. You know, except. And I haven't heard personally, but they say there's a lot of domestic cases that are on the rise. But I haven't heard, you know, personally, you know, and from my experience of anything. And then I want to ask both of you something too. Do either of you know anybody that's been tested for the virus?
Personally, myself, no. I don't have anyone that I know, family, friend, that's.
Kerry, get your mic closer. How about you? How about you, brother, Dr. Richard? You know anybody that's been tested?
No.
Yeah, I don't even know anybody that's been tested, you know, that positive, you know, or whatever. I've heard situations where friends of mine was telling me about people from their job went to a party, you know, there was somebody present at the party that was positive for the COVID-19. And I think you got people doing that. So that's what happens with that is, what happens? Okay, you was at a party, somebody tested COVID-19. Okay, go home for 14 days and then come back with a doctor clearing you. Okay?
Right.
People are doing that to get time off maybe. You know, do you see? I think that case, you know, somebody might do that just to get the time off because you're still going to get paid. You know, they're going to still pay you, whether vacation time, you might burn up all your vacation time or sick days or whatever, but with some companies, if you have it.
You know, that can you still see me?
Kerry, you're having big issues over there. No worries. We'll see you next week. There might be some interference over there. No problems. But that was Kerry Gardette, the author of How to Find Mr. Right. Definitely in a place to be. And he was there. Let me see here. Let me see. Is this okay? Let me see. Let me see what's going on here. I can bring this person in. Hold on. Let's see.
Yes. Okay.
It looked like 2K Kent is coming on. That's who we wanted to see. Is hold on. Is he here? Is 2K? Are you there?
Yes,
There
sir.
Yeah. Hi. How you doing?
That's the place to be.
Good.
2K. Today, how are you, brother? Is everything cool? Is your family, everybody safe?
Everybody good, man. Everybody good. We just doing what we got to do, man. You know, hustling up. We stay on game point. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
ain't no slipping. You feel me? Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now, did you hear the question? Do you know of anybody personally that's been tested?
Nah. Nobody.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what we just was talking about. I don't know anybody that has tested, or anybody that I know that has tested positive. So that's a situation now you know the situation with Game. I know you heard about that. We was talking about that just recently.
Nah, I haven't heard. Nah.
The judge turned over his record label and his royalties to the woman that he so-called, he probably, I don't know, but I never heard of this one. He said during a video shoot, the girl claimed he brushed his hand across her vagina. So he's been sued, and the woman's been granted $7 million and gave her the rights to his record label and the royalties of his last project.
Wow.
So that's right there.
That's not good at all.
No.
You can work for that at all. I was there with Game when he was in, first going to play with us when he was with JT, the bigger figure.
Yeah.
And, and everybody was rapping, doing their thing, and right before he blew, I seen him work hard for that. That's that's not cool.
Yeah, see, so that makes me wonder. That's what I said. I've never heard of him ever in these type of situations before. So it kind of take me back when it blew me away when I seen that. I'm like, man, I don't know, to catch him slipping like that, So to give up a lot of money just for that.
Wow, that's ugly.
Yeah, it's ugly. If it's true, it's ugly.
Wow. Yeah, that's not cool.
And I don't think he took it serious enough. He blew off all his dates in 2016, so I think that might have cost him some stuff at that time. But this coronavirus and with the thing with getting people back and getting the economy open, it's affecting everybody. Jay-Z had to let off a lot of his staff for Tidal and Rock Nation.
It's no choice because everybody work in, entertainment. It's hard,
Yeah.
We can't perform right now. We can't even act, do nothing.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff we have looking forward to, we're supposed to be busy doing right now. Can't even do.
Can't do. Yeah. I mean, you can just sit back and keep creating during that time, and so whenever everything do open up, you can just start banging them over the head with everything you got, and let them have it, but, you just got to be patient. I'm with Dr. Richard. We shouldn't rush to get back out there, and especially they always talk about professional sports, taking baseball players and putting them in Arizona and the hotels away from their families, and to play the games. Okay, what happens if you do that, and one team, everybody gets infected? Or something like that, then what happens?
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We don't know what's going on all the way. We hearing other stuff, so it's like, man, you don't know what's going to happen, especially with the economy going like that. That's one thing, and then the health, so it's a whole lot. There's a whole lot to it before they open up everything. I know Donald Trump want to open up a lot. And it's up to the governors, and the health experts are saying, nah, not yet. So
here, Donald Trump's the king. He said he's the king. He's the king over everything. He don't gotta listen to what he say. Is the thing. He's the king. So he's losing money. His resorts, his hotel, everything is losing money. Nobody's, the property, the real estate business, on the level that he's working at, because everything's at a standstill. Yeah. So it makes me, that's what his motivation is, he got stimulus, he's a business owner. His company got more than the people, which I don't agree with, They give the people $1,200 and they're getting billions.
Yeah.
And then they're still laying off employees and stuff.
That's what I'm saying. People don't even know what it's going to be like, because I've seen, I was looking at some about the restaurant, even though they doing deliveries, but since the people not coming in there, they still losing
Yeah.
a lot of money and stuff. So
Takeout alone can't do it. You know, they just can't do the takeout alone, or they can't. You know, a lot of them are doing the right thing. They're taking what they have, and they're giving it out. You know, giving it to the homeless and giving it, you know, the people that can use it because they can't do nothing with it. That's big right there. You know, and hopefully they can recover one day when we get this cleared up, and you know, resume their business. It's hard if you got to pay rent and everything else, like the situation in California that we had with the brokers, the real estate brokers out there trying to do business and force people off of property and stuff like that. It don't work like that.
It's a law right now. It's a law right now. You got, if you got the president and the governor and everybody and the mayor's behind it, it's a law right now. You can't do nothing with it. I think it's called the act of God. So
okay, yeah, it's an act of God clause. That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
You know, and then there's a lot of conspiracies out there. I know you heard some good ones. So what's going on? Dr. Richard laughing. He knows though there are a lot of conspiracies out there. You know, theories out there. You know, is it a reset, a global reset going on? You know, are they trying to genocide against certain people? They trying to trim the, the term what I heard, trim the fat off of Social Security by the elderly people or the ones, you know, in nursing homes that are suffering the most. You know, what's going on? You know, I mean, so yeah, I mean, we don't know. I mean, we don't know. All we know is it's a virus and it's killing people.
Yeah.
You know, and Dr. Richard made a good point last week. It's probably evolving because it went to the point where now you can't go outside. They want you to have a mask on. You know, Dr. Richard said it's staying in the air longer than it had than they first said it was. So,
well, I mean, I thought in 80-degree weather it couldn't last because this is gonna show hit 80 out here. Miami finna open back up. Heard no virus could be in the air in 80-degree weather.
Yeah.
I heard.
Yeah, well, that's what they say. 50 and 80 degrees. It's been below 50 here. So, I mean, it's one of those things that
I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's one of those things that we don't know and we can't tell what exactly it is that's going on, you know. So, you know, it's just incredible, you know, the way the situations and stuff is happening. You know, it's real incredible. But, hey, I don't know if you check this out. Let's check this out. We got from Young Nas, you know, he came through late last week and he hit us with the movie trailer, Dr. Richard. We got For Compton's Finest. Did you see the trailer for that?
Yes,
it looks like it's going to be hilarious. Can we run that trailer there?
The movie trailer, hold on, I'm not too sure. This one is the older one that the old one that you gave it to me, or the new one?
The new one.
Oh, the new one. So I think I missed that. Sorry, sorry,
okay,
brother.
Okay.
So
well, we'll get it. We'll have it next week, or we'll have it on the Facebook page or on the YouTube site and run that and get up there. I wanted Nas to come through on it, but I seen it. It looks pretty funny. I haven't seen it on anything yet, but I watched the trailer. But we'll run that for y'all. We'll get that out there. Definitely.
Yes,
all right. Definitely. Now there is a big concert coming on tonight. Did you see that? They're having the Under One Roof concert tonight. The huge one. It's going to be on all the NBC networks.
I heard something about that. I've seen little previews of it. Yeah.
Lady Gaga and everybody, you know, supposed to be involved in that one. But there are several events going on. I like the way Hip Hop Nation has stood up and they're providing entertainment for people and they're making it happen with all the stream shows and the DJ shows with DJ battles and producer battles and everything is very good. It's interesting too. It's very, very, very good entertainment under the circumstances that we have.
Yeah.
Keep in touch with the music too. and as well as and let me let everybody know this is iHipHopTV.com, and that's our thing. Hip hop has been slow because of quarantine and everything. 2K Kid can tell you he is hip hop, right?
Yes.
So he could definitely attest to that. But things are still happening. Beefs are getting squashed. They squashed the French Montana and Jim Jones beef. You know, they're doing things, you know, trying to, you know, have some type of sanity, keep sanity going while you're under quarantine. Did you see Carly's coronavirus single that the DJ hooked up for? And that thing is on the charts. It's in the top 10 now.
I think that because a few people did one. I don't know which one it is. I know I've seen.
Yeah. Cardi got a good one out. It's climbing the charts. Cardi.
Oh, okay. Wow. No, I didn't see that one now.
Yeah. She was doing a personal tape, and she just said coronavirus, and the DJ took it, mixed it in.
The person remix. Yeah.
Yeah, the remix.
Yeah. They made a meme and a beat with that. Yeah.
That's big. That's big.
Okay, here is one thing is the video is ready for the movie trailer. Yes.
Oh, okay. Let's go to the trailer. We got Compton's Finest. The trailer coming out here.
Yes.
Let's check this out.
Perimeter is locked down and secured.
It's on! Break!
Who the hell are you?
Detective Vargas, Detective Black.
I'm the man in charge. I don't even appreciate that. That's almost backward profiling.
Seems like somebody had a rough night sleeping last night. You slept in the car again?
No, what makes you say that? Don't make me break into my own house.
Don't make me call the police on you.
The police on the who? It's police.
Silk Delgado, he's on his way back to the conference. He's not coming alone.
I got some new
Don't worry about it. It takes a lot to get me high. Come here.
I don't know, man, but I'm getting the out of here.
Do you know what PIMP stands for?
No.
It stands for the power in my palm. Slow water pimp. Turn your ass around.
How much bread is that?
500,000. And don't let him get in the house.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Back is gone, man.
Come out with your hands up. It's the police.
We're gonna get this scumbag.
God! No! I've been hit! Oh, Lord, I've been hit. Help me, Jesus. I've been hit all in my buttocks. And when I wake up, I recognize you looking at me for the pay cut.
Okay, so we back.
Yep, we're back. I'm Peace Doc, your host. This is iHipHopTV.com live on iFreedomTV network. Here with 2K Kent, Dr. Richard.
Yes.
And there is a big Earth Day live performance that did you catch that with Questlove, Talib Kweli and everything? You know, I mean, there's bringing people together to quarantine, bringing musicians together, you know, to make things happen and entertain people on quarantine, which is big, you know. 2K, have you thought about doing something, you know, keep things fresh?
Oh, that's a good thing you said. That I just talked to man, be doing a comedy show, and sometimes we be doing a show, and they're talking about actually streaming some of the performances. So definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
That's big, and also something new too. You want to check out and let the people know. We got 7C Investment LLC, the global company, you know, saving families while building communities. These are friends. Big shout out to them. They're doing big things, getting people into homes and stabilizing communities and helping people learn how to invest and manage their money and get, you know, into equity in homes and get in them, you know, which is huge. You know, we can use that. That's big. Again, you know, that's Zenobia Williams, CEO, making it happen. You know, Stacey Allen, her VP, and Randy Morgan, the negotiator, secretary. They're making it happen. That's a dream team right there. So you got to follow them. You can check them out. You can hit their website. Check them out on their website, or you can visit them, get to them through our website, iHipHopTV.com, and see what's going on with them. Keep in touch, because that's something that we need right now, and we're going to need more as we work to get out of this quarantine situation. There'll be more and more people, the ones that are working from home, maybe was able to stack their cheddar and be ready to make that move, get from under that landlord that's been oppressing them, save money, take it over there to 7Cs, and make it happen. Get yourself in a home, start building yourself and your family some equity through property and everything. That's what's needed today. So that's huge. That's huge right there. But hey, so you was talking about the comedy club. So y'all gonna do a comedy show online? Y'all gonna stream it?
They'll have the people that's doing comedy, performers, and they pretty much stream it. And we could probably do it at the Barbara Morrison Theater. Just pretty much the people that's performing, because I think you can't be no more than 10 people in one spot.
Right.
About doing that, just to have the comedy soul going, and whatever else little streaming performances for the time being. I mean, if you see Jimmy Kimmel was doing it live from his living room. I see the weather lady out here doing it live from her living room.
Yeah. Well, Jimmy Kimmel is going to be the host of the thing tonight. Him and Stephen Colbert, and they're going to come on and they're going to host the thing with Lady Gaga and all the artists. John Legend will be there. The A-list actors. You got Sir Elton John. You're going to have the Rolling Stones. Those people is one situation that's on all the NBCs tonight, and as well as everything. And I think that's good. We might want to organize something up like that with and do something, make something happen, some relief, comic relief. Everybody loves comedy. Under these times, you gotta laugh, You gotta
laugh. You gotta dance.
Yeah. You can't stress yourself, out over what's going on. I mean, people are. There's germophobic people out there. I have a friend. She's germophobic, and I laugh and tease her. And I was telling her about a situation. This was funny. And I yelled it out the window last weekend. It was about 3 in the morning. I hear all this commotion going on. I'm like, what the heck is this? So I'm looking out the window, all the cars moving slow. And, across the street is a little bit distant. So I look, and the neighbor got 2 teenage, nieces or daughters. I don't know what the relationship is. They're up in the window open, curtains drawn back, twerking, 3 a.m. in the morning, lights on, windows open, the stream of cars coming down the street. I'm like, what the heck? So the only thing I could figure, our street's not that busy like that to have that kind of traffic going. Mm-hmm. They must have been calling people, telling people to come over and check them out, and cars was following down. What the? Yeah, while they out there. So people are, they're getting stir crazy out there. It's safe to say, but but the house alone worries me because there's people in and out. At one point, I think there was about 15, 16 people over there, so it was kids. Like I said, I don't know who's been tested and who's not been tested, So I social distance. I stay away, stay on my side of the street for real.
For real. Man, crazy. It was arrest. It was a big bus last night in South Central at a club. People was partying.
Are you serious? They were in the club partying.
South Central last night. You know what I'm saying? Right on the news. I'm like, whoa. People still trying to get, they own that right now. That's why I'm like,
yeah.
10 people or whatever, whatever the case, man. It's like, they not having all that right now, bro.
I can see that with some young people saying, their famous battle cries, I gotta live my life. They hear me. I hear a young girl say, what you know about living a life? You haven't even lived the first part of your life right.
Until they hit that crash and burn, though. You run into the wrong man, feel me?
Yeah, you'll be locked down for real,
Man,
yeah, that's crazy. As bad as I need a haircut and want to go. It was funny. We was out looking for some extra masks, and we went to this, I was surprised it was open. It was a wig shop. I'm like, I didn't know wigs was essential, so the wig shop was open, and we kind of go in the door and everything and ask the question. And we looked back, they were back there doing somebody's hair, you know. So I know they're in the basement getting hair done and everything else. You know, I haven't seen nobody with a fresh fade yet out there, you know. So,
oh man, I'm about to look out for this shit. You know,
about ready to do my own.
Man, you feel me? That, yeah, man. I mean, this whole thing shut down. I mean, I'm still seeing people up and down West Hollywood walking dogs and stuff. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, you see life, but you know, every once in a while, I'll take a ride around the city and everything else. Like this morning when I got up to make my run to pick up a few things, I'm looking like, yeah, it's dead. You know, no traffic, making all the lights. You know, you see people walking their dogs, or people running, or whatever. But when I got to Trader Joe's, the line was up from the door and around the corner, and I'm trying to figure out, man, how is that safe? You know, people wasn't 6 feet apart.
Ain't China back open? China back open, right?
Huh? China
is back open, right?
Yeah, here, Dr. Richard, they opened up Wuhan, and what happened?
Yeah, they opened it in China, but they got a second wave, and so when they got the second wave, but now the government tried to raise the total of the dead people is 50% up. I mean, that something is not true. Like the number that they told before on the press is not true. So they raised 50% more. I mean, over 1,500 more. I mean, they just raised the number. But now that's a Wuhan. You look at the Wuhan is first day that they open it, they have 65,000 people try to leave the town by car and by airplane and whatever that they can escape from Wuhan. Couple days ago, latest news is coming like the town very close to Mongolia, close to Russia, and they got a big problem. So we don't know if it's the first wave or the second wave, but more people infected in that area. So it's a lot of people. I think the hospital cannot handle it, but we don't know exactly. Total exactly in China. That's only bad things.
Yes. And that's what they're trying to do here. They're protesting, open up the economy. They're not ready. Mm-hmm. It's not ready yet. You know, all that's going to do is create a second wave here. That's going to be a greater consequence.
Man, it's like, man, I know people want to open it, but if it's too soon, we don't want to, because that'll be some open, close and stuff. Mm. Once it's open, we trying to have it open. You know, open,
trying to stay open. Yeah.
It's not no open and close.
And try to be healthy and be safe. Keep people safe and healthy. You know, that's what we're trying to do. At this point, we already got hit out of nowhere with stuff that everybody was trying to do and survive, and boom, this stuff hit out of nowhere. So it's like, you know, can't do nothing with it. Can't do nothing with it.
I mean, you know, some of us lucky we in what we've been into, so we could be looked out for and get some. But it's not like that for everybody. That's getting hit out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, whoa.
Definitely.
You know, like you almost have to be in a certain business to keep kind of going down. Like, you know, it's crazy.
Yeah. You're right. Man. But hey, this is the fastest hour on Saturday we got here. It was great.
Already.
Get big shout out again to 7 C's Investment. You know, definitely they're working hard, saving families and building communities out there. Good stuff. Dr. Richard 2K, big shout out. You know, we're going till next week. We'll pick it up again. And everybody be safe out there. Shalom, everybody. Yes. Shalom. Yes. Going with the outro on that chick, 2K style.
Baby hella bad too. Long hair, body with them tattoos. I'm in the club, like here we go. She shaking it like Lucas. And I'm on, that's a rock too. jigging, this is what I rock to. Heartbreak, new edition. Got the Benz outside, new edition. Nothing but the best that I dip in. Forget the rest, this is 2K pimping. California living, on the highway, California driven.
She bad, she know it. She ain't even afraid to show it. I'm home.